Guys, these cheeses stink. I don't mean in the romantic barnyardy way, I mean they smell like spoiled milk. Let's talk about storage and spoilage in the mozzarella gateway. Because these are fresh, unaged cheeses, they're usually sold in like a cryovac or a vacuum seal package. And when they're closed and sealed, they'll keep for a really long time. Once you open them, however, the clock is ticking and it's ticking fast. Most of these cheeses are gonna spoil in your fridge at home within 7 to 10 days of being open. Fresh cheeses are often ingredient cheeses. And while I never advocate for freezing cheese, in the case of mozzarella, throwing it in the freezer for about 10 minutes before you need to grate it in a recipe is a really great idea. The cheese will firm up a little bit and you can work it on a box grater and get nice big shreds instead of mushy sort of paste. The other thing to know about storage at home is that you can make your own brine for feta. If a piece of feta is fully submerged in brine, salt water, it'll last for 3 or 4 or even 5 weeks with no trouble at all. To make your own brine, you're just mixing sea salt, iodized salt, kosher salt, whatever, and warm water and stir until it dissolves. You want it to taste like the ocean. Make sure that your piece of feta is in a container with a lid and fully submerged, and that's a great way to extend shelf life. Okay, that's what you should do. What should you not do? Here's what you don't want to see when you open your fresh cheese in the fridge. These should be bright white cheeses. So any blue, any green, any red, any pink, black, anything is a sign to get rid of it. That's the only style of cheese you're gonna hear me say that about. Usually I'm all for removing the molds, but with fresh cheese, mold equals spoiled. This piece of mozzarella I opened, I used part of, and I put back in my fridge in a little Ziploc bag. This is what it looked like 9 days later. So this blue fur on the outside is a sign that it's gotta go. Similarly, this container of ricotta I opened, I used a few tablespoons of. I put the lid on and I put it back in my fridge, and this is what it looked like 10 days later. It's completely pink. You can't scrape the top layer off here. You've got to throw the whole container away. Another sure sign of spoilage is smell. You don't want any odor with these cheeses. So fresh cheeses universally are gonna smell like spoiled milk, and they have a kind of processed cheese smell, sort of like the powder that comes in a box of macaroni and cheese. If you're smelling anything, these cheeses are just too old. Those are the things to know, those are the things to avoid.